Right, welcome back. Hope you had a nice little break. I know I did. Well-deserved coffee and a bit of grub. So just before the break, we had animated our logo and got the base down for that. Now, while I was away, I did render the video just because I wanted to check it out and make sure that it wasn't too long. Is there a way to loop this? No. So lengthwise it does exactly what I need it to. What I want to do next is to just add some extra effects to it. In my resources somewhere, I have a pack that I haven't used for years. I bought this actually, I think when I first bought the company, or not bought the company, when I first started the company. So this is from Video Hive. Although none of these seem to be doing anything, so we'll skip that. But it's basically filled with cartoony kind of effects. So let's have a little look at these. Are you even going to work? It's because it's a MOV file. So open that with QuickTime instead, and it should do the job. Yeah. So just to recap, in case you're joining right now, you're live with Scott. I own TheFlyerMaster, and today we're going to be animating my esports style logo. If you missed part one, it's going to be on all of our video platforms, so Facebook, YouTube and Twitch. I'll be leaving them on there. Hopefully it helps someone along the lines. It's about an hour long so far, or no, it's about 90 minutes. It's probably going to be about 3 or 4 hours worth by the time we're done. But I just really wanted to give an insight behind the scenes on a project like this. I needed to do it anyway for my brand, so I thought I might as well film the process and get some people involved. So if you are joining us live, please feel free to drop a comment. Any questions, I'm happy to answer. And that goes for if you're not watching live, just drop a comment. I'm sure I'll see it. I'm waiting eagerly for your messages. So far we've done a basic animation, and now we're going to add some effects to that using a pack that I purchased from Video Hive, I think it was. Let me just pop this up. We'll have a quick look. Video Hive. What was it called? Flash effects. I don't know. I don't think it's that one, but it's something like that. It's a similar sort of thing. Yeah. Sorry, that's really loud. So that would just give some pre-made stuff to really add some goodness to this. So I can start bringing these over. So definitely when that lands, I want some smoke. So I think in here we've got some smoke explosions. Let's just so that's not the right kind of one. Oh, it's because I keep on doing that. I think we will. Let's see if we can browse to this instead. No. There probably is a way of doing it, but I don't want to cause confusion and do it wrong. So maybe something like that would do the job. No. Let's try. Does it really have to open a window every single time? Yeah. Let's do this with something a bit easier. Let's quickly install Bridge because I think this is going to get really confusing otherwise. And at least then we can preview those. It's not going well. Right, let's get out of here. Yeah, clear that. Sorry about this, guys. If I knew beforehand, I would have done this first and then hit stream. Oh, Photoshop's still open. Come on, you're still open. Come on, it's done. Right, forget that. I'm just going to bring them all into After Effects. So let's get that back open. It would have to happen while I'm live streaming, but it's the way it goes. So I'll just load that project back up, but in here we'll make a new folder, call this effects, and that's where we'll drag these into. It's a little bit annoying that I've got to bring them all in, but for some reason the previews on this have stopped working. There are low res ones, so I don't know if they're different. Oh, MP4, yeah, right, that might be easier for me to preview and I can get a little grasp of how this looks. So something like that, so 18. No, that's not going to be right. Possibly 2, 18 and 2. Right, 18, 2, and no, it wasn't 10. 11. Right. So we'll bring these over into here. See how much of a fit it has over this. Okay, so maybe just drop this resolution a bit. Right there. Below the badge. No, it wasn't below the badge, just below the title background, that's the one. So still bring that down a little bit. Maybe not the right one. Let's try it with that. Yeah, I think it might be that one. That might work a bit better. Yeah, so I think you might just need a little bit of fine tuning at the end. Also, I really don't quite like how this is doing this. Just trying to think about how. So I'm going to add just a solid colour here, just to try and take away some of this messiness, because I'm not too keen on it. I know it all happens real quick, but yeah, it's just bugging me that the first little screen. Yeah. Let's just have a little look at this one. Maybe we could layer them up a little bit. That is pretty cool. And maybe chuck this behind the guy when he rocks up. That's where these little markers are handy to have. Yeah, it's actually done like exactly what I wanted, so I'm glad I remembered that I had this pack, because it's probably just saved about 5 hours worth of our time. And I think that's quite a handy thing to keep in mind when doing any kind of design project. Is like, obviously we want to be making stuff from scratch, but there is also a lot of tools available that someone's put in a lot of time and effort to save you time. So this has done exactly what I needed it to, and probably only costs, I think the pack I don't even know how much it is, maybe $50 tops, something like that. And it really can just save you a lot of time. And that, like I said, can go for any kind of project. Is if you're doing, I don't know, like a themed flyer, you could go out and photograph all of these different places, or you could hit up a stock photo site. It's an industry standard, so you're not always going to be able to go to that city and start taking pictures. So let's just look at what else we've got in this pack. We'll go back to the low res ones, and actually that's quite handy that there is an original project. Well, let's just have a quick look in here, see if it likes being converted. Okay, okay. Yeah, so that's quite cool. You can really play around with these. Okay, yeah, you can go right in. Yeah, so that's very handy to know. Right, let's get that back open. So let's have a little look through some of these other bits. I was thinking of having some kind of electric going around the outside. Yeah, exactly like that. As the colour of the border comes round, I did want to have some like energy flicks going on that. So let's go back into here. I think I just cheat and bring them all in. The yellow border. So I might have to have a bit of play around with the colour. So let's go into effect and we're going to do a colour correction. I should just be able to do this with the hue saturation. Just try and find one that's nice and close to what we're kind of playing with. And we might have to just change the blend mode to something, probably screen. Yeah. So actually I think we might need to do this over the top of everything. And we're going to transform it. Which way does it move? So I think we might need a few of these. rotate this round. Oh, that's weird. I must have had both selected. Right, so definitely this top one. I pretty much just want it to kick in as that starts. So let's bring it right down here. I have to add a bit of movement with this, so let's we start you there. And as it grows, we'll bring it up to there. So I might have to go a lot faster. Way faster. And when it gets to there, you need it to come up here, but to rotate as well. Yeah, I think we could probably lose that one. I might just animate this one to go around. Okay, so I think that's that pretty much does the job. And we can still do a lot more to this, so I want to really get it looking good. So, what else can we do? I think we'll have another look in here and see what we can, what the bonus. Let's go back to the low res ones. Right, so just some flashes. Oh, don't think we need anything like that. Don't think we need any fire. I do like that though. I think I used that at one point. I don't know. I don't think there's anything we could really use that for on this one. So what was it that we just used? Energy? No, electric. So I'm just looking through these, and actually let's bring them all over. I'm sure at some point they'll get used. Might have to bring that back over here. Let's add a new folder for these. So this is energy. No. Okay, so I'm just thinking ahead that I'm going to probably be coming back in here a lot to make little videos, so it makes sense to get this as tidy as could be while I'm here. Right, and we're going to bring these into energy and put those into smoke. Into electric. Okay, so let's grab one around them and see what it does. So that might be quite good to have going across the text. We'll have to do, probably have to colour correct this again. So where's it gone? Hue saturation. Do something like that, and we're going to have to screen it again. And then in mode screen. Okay. Alright, I think this is going to again need a bit of tweaking, so let's do that, and that. So start you off there. I think I just cut it off. And what this pack will do that we've been using is going to just help me to have some variance as well. I think easily where we've spent the time building the base animation, this is going to just make it a lot easier in the future to make slightly different ones. Just looking at this bit, I'm not too sure on that last little explosion there. That bit. So I think I might just cut that off. Right, pre-compose this because I think I'm gonna just switch it around, like time reverse it, because I quite like no, I'll put it back. Yeah, I'm going to use a different one. I'm not too sure on it. I do like that. It's kind of like a Venom kind of feel to it. Yeah, that. Nah, I'm not feeling that either. So let's bring some more smoke ones in. Let's see, I might maybe get some more realistic smoke. It might just be that I don't like the finish of it. Let's try a few random ones and see. That could work. Literally pop it just behind the behind there, bring it up a bit. So I think just the timing of the bits behind the guy just needs playing around with a little bit. That's that one. Definitely, I need it to be done by there. Pretty much done. Maybe just speed up a bit. Time. We'll try about 75%. I think we'll just put that electric. Not that one. This one. Maybe just have it going through again. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. So I think we will hit save there, and now we can we'll make an actual video kind of out of this. So I'm going to have this version that can be used just as an overlay, but I just want to export it at a slightly bigger size. Although I'm getting confused. No, we're okay. So I'm going to hit that to, let's name that a little bit better. Composition, and we'll call this TFM Sting 1. We'll call it logo Sting 1. Sting 1, green screen. Okay, and what we'll do, I'll just export that and we'll just work out if that is actually long enough or whether it just needs a little bit more hang time. So it shouldn't take long because it's only a couple of seconds. Let's go, 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 go. Let's see how quickly my computer chomps it. Okay, awesome. Let's find that. Yeah, I think we could maybe just slow that down a teeny bit. So let's first of all change that to, let's just add another second on it. I think we'll do it so it's exactly 3, and then that can give us a little bit of hang time with the logo. Oh, actually, it's only that one that needs it. Oh, we need the green screen. That might help. Why are you doing that? Oh, yeah. Excuse me one moment. Let's see, without going back in and looking at this, we've missed. I'd left the opacity lower while I was tweaking, making sure that the logo was the correct size, because I wanted to just pop this PNG over the top, but we left the opacity. Let's just get that one at 47%. Rookie moves. We hit save. Hopefully it'll just update it on here. Yeah, perfect. Let's just check that hasn't done any damage. Yeah, that's looking nice. But I need the, possibly have the electric going. Yeah, I think that should do it. So let's just export that again. Okay, it seems to have the right sort of hang time that we're looking for. Okay, and then we can look at making a more putting together a composition. I think, well, we've still got about half an hour left, so we'll put together a little video and then we'll stop there. So TFM intro 1. Just put that on 6 seconds, I think. we can just bring in the logo sting straight onto there. And we can use the key light to get rid of that. Ooh. Right, we're going to need to put a little bit of a gradient on the background though. I'm just trying. Oh no, in here. Layer styles. Gradient overlay. I probably want this to be radial, I would have thought. There's something we might have to just look at is the colour of the logo here must have the tiniest little hint of green in it because it's coming up slightly different here. So let's make this a totally random colour, something that isn't in the logo at all, so maybe like a purple, and then that should do the job perfectly. I'll do a colour overlay. I would do red, but I think it is going to pick up on some of that, so let's just definitely do something that there is none of it in my logo, and there's none of it in the little effects as well, so that should work perfectly now. And actually I'm going to need to it's going to bug me, so let's just put key. I'm going to need to render that out, so let's do that just while we're here, and then we can come back into this one. Here we go, I like that. We're going to look at putting together a little bit of a scene here, so let's change the gradient, because I don't really want it totally white, just want it enough that it's different. We'll probably have it the other way around, or radial, but with the scale right up or right down like that. Yeah, something like that, maybe even a bit bigger. It's literally as big as it goes. So just a hint really, just to draw your eye into there. We'll be adding some more stuff in a minute. And I think now that we're here, we can play around with the scale of this. I wonder why the hell there's a pink border. Is it because I've got it selected? we'll figure that out in a minute. We'll add a little bit of an adjustment layer and add some blur. And then probably from there we can just start adding, I should have some footage we can chuck over the top, maybe even add in a glitch. I don't think I need a strobe light on it. I did have some explosions. I think that's too realistic for what we're looking for. Let's add some dust. That gradient, we might be able to do something a bit different with it and get the right colour in. Yeah, I think I prefer that. I still need to look at why it's picking up on that little bit of pink. Just getting it from there. Okay, so for the purpose of this little intro, I've literally just taken it off of there. In reality, it's only going to be me editing or making things from this, and I'll be working probably in this project file, so it kind of makes sense to leave it as it is. So let's come back into here. I think this is looking like we're almost there, guys. So probably going to need to grab some sound effects, and I'm not sure if I've got any, so we'll have to hit YouTube up. So we want royalty free sound effects. So what do we want? We want something popular meme ones.
Hi, Video Lancer is on. In this short video review, I'll tell you about my new free sound effects pack.
Right, let's grab that because I already have Motion Bro. So let's grab this. This looks like it's going to be absolutely ideal. Motion Bro is a transition thing, which is an absolute life changer. We'll probably be chucking one of these on here as well. So let's this is going to make it struggle a bit. Okay, how did that sound thing come on? Let's have a little look. haven't already got it, have I? No, I get it. Ah. That's the one. That's a bit annoying. Just try it in a different browser. Sometimes it does do. No. Okay. Well, that's a little bit annoying. I'll just try one more little thing. Let's see if someone's uploaded it somewhere else. Sometimes we can grab it. No, that just looks dodgy. No, that just looks dodgy as well.
This package contains big collection of flicks, whooshes, hits, impacts, glitches, and other sound effects. Urgent for motion designers every day.
Okay, so for now what we can do is just pinch some of the sounds off of these glitchy bits. So let's make another one of those. And I'll figure out the sound effects in a minute. And I want you to be in place by then. And I want to edit this gradient again. Like I said, anything like this, it's just trial and error, working out what you like the look of. Bring this right over here. Just add that slight blur so that we've got it at the edges. It doesn't make too much of a difference, but it's just enough to lose some of the detail around here. and maybe even get that up to 3 without it having a massive effect on our logo. And I want to also look at these, at the dust, and correct the colour. I basically just want to cut any colour out of it, so make it and we could even do something like I've got a few bits that I've made from the rebranding that I thought looked quite cool, so we could probably chuck this in here somewhere. I'll make it so it's got a bit of movement to it. Let's already start it off really big and then make it go even bigger. We'll switch through the colour modes. So I'm just holding down Shift and then pressing plus to go through the different blending modes until I find one that I quite like the look of. Again, I think we're going to have to kill any colour on this. I'll probably change that blending mode. Let's just see which one I did end up on. Just put that on normal. Drop that opacity right down. And maybe chuck a rotation, a bit of rotation on this. And then I reckon a little bit more and we're there. So let's do another what am I looking for? Another adjustment layer. And this one we're gonna pop was it in there? I might have to just do a quick search for this. Put one of these on here. I never know the right way to say them. So a vignette, I'm not sure. Just basically doing everything we can to bring your eye to the logo. Right, I'm actually going to just take that one off, and I think we'll deal with the sound in the next part of the video and lining that up. let's hit save. I'm going to just export this out as well. No, I've done the wrong one. Export. We'll just quickly have a look at this and then we'll stop for the next break and we'll deal with the sound in whatever's next, part 3. So let's have a little look at this. I think we could slow that down a bit. Let's so let's add 2 seconds to this. See how that feels. Should pop that quality down and just see how that feels. So we have that one moving. But I also want this to fade out, I think, right at the end. And I'm going to add a new solid to go behind there, and I'm going to fade this one out as well. And one thing I've never quite known actually is how to easily change this colour. So if anyone's watching and can fill me in, that would be awesome. Because I just had a new layer style. I should probably Google it and I'd find that straight away. Right, colour overlay. All that looks nice and red. And I do want you as black. Okay. So now that should just fade to black. And I want the they faded too quick. Let's bring that over there. let's just chuck time. Yeah, I'm liking this, so let's do that, and we'll do time versus back. Just make it so we've got a little bit of a loop. Yeah, let's hit save. Let's get that out of here. Let's have a proper look at this. Okay, people, I think I'm going to stop there for a little bit. So I'm really happy with the results so far. Part 1, we made the base animation. We're just finishing part 2 now, where we've added some extra effects using a pre-made pack that's been purchased, and I've shown you how I would colour correct that and experiment to try and get this looking exactly how we want it to be. So yeah, in the next part I'm just going to look at adding some sound to this, and anything else I can kind of think of, and then I think we'll call it a day, because we've got a lot done so far. So I hope you've enjoyed watching these, and yeah, stay tuned for part 3. Should be going live in about half an hour. Thank you.